You clicked because you saw cancer and fast food in the same sentence. You're in the right place. In the next minutes, we'll show you how common chemicals in buns, gloves, and wrappers show up at 5 big chains, and what to do about it. Let's start with the 3 culprits: potassium bromate in dough conditioners, phthalates from plastics and gloves, and PFAS, so-called forever chemicals, in packaging. They're linked in studies to kidney, thyroid, breast, and prostate cancers. Stay with me to see which chains show the highest signals and the simple swaps that cut your exposure fast. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great! Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. If the danger were just the burger, you would have it handled. The twist hides in the soft bun, the slick gloves, and the wrapper you ditch in 10 seconds. Let's start with why those tools exist. Potassium bromate helps dough spring up fast and stay fluffy on a tight schedule. Phthalates in plastics and gloves keep things smooth and flexible so food moves without sticking.
When ordering at the drive-thru, customers are usually thinking about what they're eating, not the packaging their food comes in. Well, you might want to think again. The highest levels of PFAS were found in food packaging from Nathan's Famous, Cava, Arby's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, Stop & Shop, and Sweetgreen.
Some research has shown that exposure to certain types of PFAS have been linked to serious health effects.
PFAS coat wrappers so grease does not soak through and ruin the bag. All of that saves time, cuts waste, and trims cost. For chains, speed is money. Here is the part that grates. Those same additives and coatings are restricted or banned in other places. In the US, they are still allowed. So the same sandwich gets treated like a risk in one country and a routine in another. Why are you the test market? Exposure is not abstract. Heat, fat, and time pull more chemicals out. Fryers, hot holding, and steam turn fatty items into sponges. A grilled patty on a cold plate sheds less. A fried one in a hot wrapper hangs on to more. The health links are not rumor. PFAS exposure has been tied in studies to kidney and testicular cancers. Bromate is tagged as a possible carcinogen.
Consumer Reports tested more than 100 food packaging products from 24 retailers for so-called forever chemicals, or PFAS.
Most of it probably came all wrapped up or boxed in one form or another. It's what's in some of that packaging that is raising concern.
In packaging from fast food restaurants and from grocery stores. We even found it in packaging from places that say they're moving away from PFAS.
Some companies stress that with PFAS so common in the environment, it's nearly impossible to eliminate them.
Phthalates disrupt hormones with links to breast and prostate cancers. That mix is not the deal you thought you made for a cheap lunch. Run a quick drive-through play. Grilled chicken, no sauce, you eat it fast. Now a fried sandwich, wrapped hot, left steaming in the bag. The second route means longer contact and more transfer. Packagers treat wrappers to repel oil. That coating is a highway. Gloves can shed plasticizers into hot, fatty foods during prep. 2 doors, same room. The real kicker is dose over days. A biscuit, nuggets, fries. Small hits stack up. Some research even shows one fast food meal can outpace a week of home cooking for phthalate exposure. Tests have found high PFAS levels in certain wrappers, including a reported 249.7 ppm of organic fluorine in one chain's paper. Now let's move on to the 5 chains that show up again and again when you follow the lab work. You know these brands. The twist is which items and routines crank your exposure up.
We are continuing to test the food supply, taking action when warranted, and research is a top priority.
And while PFAS are dangerous over time, the Food and Drug Administration says there is no need for alarm right now.
Currently, our research is not showing any specific scientific evidence that supports recommending consumers avoid particular foods in the food supply.
Polyfluoroalkyl substances, or PFAS, are used in food packaging to prevent grease and water from soaking through food wrappers and cups. The problem is the chemicals used to make them can be ingested and harmful over time.
Let's start with the short list. Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, Arby's, KFC. They land here because testing and reports keep turning up the same trio: PFAS in wrappers and bags, bromate in some breads, and phthalates sliding in from gloves and fatty meats. Marketing leans on flame-grilled, fresh, and secret recipe. Lab work points somewhere less glossy. Burger King first. Certain wrappers have shown high organic fluorine, a PFAS signal, that lines up with buns flagged for dough conditioners in some markets. Order a hot sandwich sealed tight, and you extend contact time with treated paper. Small choice, bigger pull. McDonald's shows up across phthalate sampling with menu spread, burgers, nuggets, the usual heavy hitters. Signals for PFAS in packaging have been reported too.
So if PFAS are in the packaging, are they in your food?
PFAS can migrate from packaging into food you eat, like that burger wrapped in paper that contains PFAS or that salad in a molded fiber bowl.
In general, PFAS don't break down in the environment, and they've been linked to serious health problems such as increased risk of some cancers, lower immunity, and liver damage. That people who eat takeout regularly may have higher PFAS levels in their blood. Of all of the packaging tested, it's eggs that had some of the highest levels of PFAS. The substance is used to make the packaging grease resistant.
Some buns have historically used dough conditioners. If you are eating the meat plus bun plus hot wrap, you stack vectors. Wendy's has a nugget problem in one study, with higher phthalate levels called out. PFAS has been detected in certain bags. Bread systems tied to bromate in some contexts. The fryer oil plus handling gloves is often the bridge. Fat meets plasticizer. Transfer happens. Arby's turns up with cookie bags flagged for high PFAS measures. Add concerns around bread conditioners and meat handling, and you have a dessert that carries more than sugar. Hot cookies in a treated bag? That is a warm pass for chemicals. KFC rounds it out. Biscuits linked to bromate use in some sourcing. Fried chicken tends to run higher on phthalates. PFAS in packaging varies but shows up. A bucket holds heat and grease, which is the perfect migration combo. So what is the takeaway you can use today? Choose grilled over fried. Skip the bun or ask for a lettuce wrap. Eat in and ditch the wrapper fast, or bring your own container and transfer while it is hot. Favor chains that commit to PFAS-free packaging and bromate-free bread. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like and share. Next, a faster cheat sheet you can screenshot before your next drive-thru run. The cheapest piece on your tray is often the priciest for your body. The bun and the wrapper carry more risk than the ad ever hints. That is the truth you do not see on the menu board. You now know why. Heat, fat, and time turn simple packaging and soft bread into a steady drip of exposure. If you want this work to keep going, like and subscribe to help us keep the spotlight on the food industry's best-kept secrets. Drop the chain you want us to test next. Next time, we pit clean claims from big names against what the lab swabs actually find.